welcome back. Dubai's luxury goods market has been forecast to grow by 8% by the end of the year as a result of increased visitor numbers, who make up 50% of these high-end sales. So how can luxury brands excel and maintain their market share in a highly competitive sector? Well, today to discuss this, we're joined by Will Stein, the co-founder and president of the Philip Stein Group, makers of luxury watches. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you, Laura, for having me.
So tell us about the luxury market here in the Middle East. Where are we post-crisis compared to the rest of the world?
Well, the luxury market all over the world has taken quite a big hit. And, the watches and the watch companies, they have to adapt to this by changing the look and the feel of the watches and to get the most, I would say, out of the design from the watches. But it also depends on how you define luxury. We at Philip Stein define luxury as well-being, so we have a very unique position in the market.
Definitely. That's another thing I was going to say, is competition here is quite extreme, isn't it?
Yes.
So what sort of differentiates you from the rest of them?
As I said, we define it by well-being, and we have a certain technology in our watch which helps the person who wears the watch to feel better, to have an overall better well-being, and to be more relaxed. And we're the only ones in the world who have this proprietary technology. So we recovered quite well from the financial crisis, because in today's world a lot of people are stressed, and so they look for something to improve their overall well-being and be less stressed.
That's incredible. So in terms of sort of online sales, how have you found that sort of gone? A lot of sort of luxury companies now looking towards the online sector instead of the other.
The online sales is a dangerous thing for luxury companies to do, because of course you have a big network of retailers, and they don't like that too much when you start to sell online. So what we have done, we have actually involved our retailers with these online sales, and whenever we have an online sale, we give a certain commission to the retailer without him being involved in the sale at all. And that has worked very well for us.
Oh, that's great. Now, also, in terms of SMEs, I mean, the UAE government here really is pushing towards entrepreneurship and the role of SMEs within sort of boosting the economy. So as an entrepreneur yourself, what sort of advice can you give entrepreneurs here then?
Well, I would say, first of all, if you have a dream, go for it, and don't look, left or right. Of course, you need to listen to some advice, but if you have a dream, go for it and just do it. But you need to look at the trends. You need to look at what is out there, where you can get a certain niche, which we did in 2003. Because when we started, watches were a time-telling device. They were a fashion accessory, or even a gimmick with little calculators. And what we did is we thought, today's world, the health and well-being industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. Yeah. And if we can be the first well-being accessory in a watch, that can revolutionize the watch industry. Definitely.
So in terms of the US, how are things sort of looking there for you as a brand? And also, are you looking to further expand here in the Middle East?
Absolutely. In the US, we're starting to recover, because the US has been hit very, very hard by the luxury market, as you know. Yeah. And but we were very fortunate, because we started early on to expand into other areas, into the emerging markets. We are very strong now in Hong Kong, in China, in the Asian markets. We're extremely strong. And now we are focusing as well on the Middle East, because we see an upswing here in the Middle East as well, also from the tourism which comes from Asia here.
Definitely. And in terms of, what about in terms of China, another sort of large emerging market there? What's the market like for you there?
Well, China, of course, that's where everybody looks at right now. All the major brands, they invest there. And so do we. And we are expanding by opening our own boutiques in China, and to really get the brand identity over in China.
Definitely. I mean, your business also started in 2003, wasn't it?
That's
right. I mean,
right.
that's a very sort of short span to really make a huge name for yourself, isn't it? So, I mean, what's the sort of drive behind that? Is it the uniqueness of your product there?
Yes. We were able to, even though it's a watch, it's not really only a watch. We were able to make a fusion between a watch, between well-being and luxury and fashion. which was a challenge for us, but we have been very successful in doing this. And that truly was the unique selling point to get our brand out there and to be identified as the feel-good watch in the world.
It's been hugely successful. Thanks so much for coming in today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Laura.
Well, that's it from the business desk. You can write to us, though, at ib@city7tv.com. Up next, June Wrigley is back with the details of the Yas Island show weekends.